G'day guys, welcome to game 3 of this series between the very popular and very cool Boxer, aka Fake Boxer, aka Foxer, aka environmentalist, save the gas sort of guy. Very famous for his marines, of course. If you have been watching games 1 and 2, you will of course know that Foxer has been doing pretty well throughout this series so far. Against his opponent, who is this Terran across on this side. His name is ZergRangkke or Rangkke, which is being referred to as Zergie for the moment. A bit confusing for those of you who perhaps don't know your races if you're a bit new. This, of course, is not actually Zerg. This is Terran. But we will be seeing game 3 here on Jungle Basin. We actually have these two players. So we got Zergie down here in the bottom right, and Boxer, Fake Boxer, Foxer up in the corner here. I'll be referring to him as Foxer. We do in fact have a couple of SCVs coming across for Foxer. They were not spotted by the earlier SCV that came up to build the racks up at the natural. There we have one racks going down. We're going to see a proxy racks here from Foxer. I would assume he's going to chuck a second one down in just a moment. He is building up a little bit more minerals, and there we go. We do have the second one there, but in fact, Zergie actually spots it. He can see both of these being built here, so Fox is going to need to do something pretty groovy to get these up, because of course the SCVs can be harassed while they are building, and in fact he actually cancels this one when this SCV is sort of sitting here on 10 health, and it looks as if he'll need to cancel this first one as well, because there's just not enough time for this one to get up, and indeed he does. One of the SCVs is trying to run away here. We got a little, it's like watching Grand Theft Auto here. One's come in, tried to steal a car, aka put down a racks, and is now trying to escape from the cops, but he's not going to get away because he's on like 5 health, and I'd probably catch him. But what we see as a response from Zergie, we do have just the one racks up so far, and he's probably going to, I don't know, put some early pressure on perhaps. This SCV is not going to get far, I don't think. Look at this. This guy's running around. He's only got like 5 health left. He's got 5 health. That is one hit for an SCV. Bam! He actually, I think he got caught on this rock here. Sort of blocked him for just a second while he turned the corner. But either way, SCV is dead. Proxy is over. It's all cool. Calm down. And the response actually from Zergie is actually just going to be to chuck down his command center at the natural, and in fact Foxer has done the exact same thing. I think he is not really afraid of any sort of reprisal from Zergie, but we'll see what happens. As I said, we've got the natural, sort of the backdoor natural on this map. Love Jungle Basin because of the backdoor natural there. But he's got the command center there. We got a racks, we got a refinery. We in fact have 2 refineries going up, and one is done now. And let's just have a quick look at what Zerg is doing. He's got his own 2 refineries. He's got a supply depot here. He is in fact supply blocked at the moment, stuck on 19. Not very cool there, Zergie, but he'll obviously recover from that and get that up and running. And in fact, let's just see how he goes. He's got one here, which is just about done. And let's have a quick look at Foxer. He's got a bunker going up here at the ramp. Obviously, just putting that up, he may be suspecting some sort of early pressure from Zergie, given that he did that sort of failed proxy there. But either way, we've got the orbital command going down here at the natural for Zergie. And Fox just asking a question here, but I'm not actually sure what he said. But either way, we got the engineering bay as well going up, and +1 is on the way for the infantry as well. And in fact, we do have a stim being researched as well on the tech lab here at the rack. So let's just quickly just check what we've got in terms of units. We actually they're both sort of sitting on pretty much nothing, but obviously Foxer does have the bunker here at the ramp, which is obviously going to protect him, even though he has just 1 marine. And we've just got the 3 marines out now for Zergie, so we'll have to see. Nothing really too fancy happening at all. They're both sort of just building up a bit of economy, and probably going to try and go for some mid-game push. There's definitely not going to be sort of any early sort of timing push at all. We're probably going to see something in the mid-game, perhaps some more tanks, perhaps some Banshees. I don't think actually there's going to be any Banshees. Neither of them are sort of heading down that path just at the moment. You would have thought that you'd see some sort of starport by now, not to mention the tech lab for a starport, but excuse me, you're sort of choking on my juice. I'm drinking some juice because my throat's actually really sore, but there it is. Oh, we got the starport, but yeah, starport's going up for Zergie. We'll see what happens. And Fox is just sort of, as we said before, just sort of getting his economy up here, sort of catching up a little bit on where Zergie is, given that he actually lost, I think he lost 2 SCVs in that early sort of exchange there. He's actually sitting on 400 resources lost from 2 SCVs that died, but obviously I think that actually takes into account the fact that he cancelled 2 of the racks, so that is probably why that is included. In fact, yeah, let's do the maths. That actually makes sense. 150, 150, 300 plus the 2 SCVs that were lost makes 400. So not really sure why cancelling a building is actually included in that, but I don't know. Either way, we'll see what happens. But yeah, just back to the map actually, Jungle Basin. You got to be careful of these sorts of things here, these ridges where if you're playing, obviously not this particular matchup, but if you're playing against the Protoss, you do need to be careful of pylons sort of on this ridge here, anything sort of here, and because Protoss do love to warp in units across here, and it gets really annoying if you have to make sure that that's covered all the time. And another thing which I actually put into effect was blinking across as well. So this ridge is a very dangerous one. Obviously in this TVT there is realistically nothing at all that can be utilized from my perspective for that sort of cute style of harassment trick, but I don't know, perhaps these guys, they are pretty inventive. Obviously Fox is inventive, using, you know, Marines to counter Banelings is perhaps he might be able to think of something, and it looks as if Zerg is going to come across. He does kill off this SCV that was down here. What's he coming across for? It's actually got a supply depot over here. Not really sure what the point of putting a supply depot here was, but he's obviously going to spot the Marines, but now this is going to die. So that's definitely going to go down in just a second, and these Marines are going to just sort of have a go at the rocks, and in fact they stim. The stim goes off, 2 of the Marines die, 1 of the tanks dies on Fox's side, so that was definitely not an even exchange for Fox there, losing off a tank and a supply depot only for 2 Marines, and that is definitely worth it from Zergie's perspective, sort of getting that sort of huge attack in just this early in the game, sort of setting Fox aback just a little bit, obviously. What's that? So how much are we for a tank? How much are we set back? 150. So we sort of set back 250 minerals and 125 gas there for that, just that little attack, and all that Zergie lost was the 2 Marines. Given that that's only 100 minerals, that's definitely worth it. Of course, I'm no mathematician, but I'm sure it is. And we've got a couple of medevacs out here because we do have a reacted starport here for Zergie. He's got his 4 racks up, 3 with tech labs and 1 with a reactor. And we do have a drop coming here as well. We got a drop coming in from Zergie. He's going to drop down some Marines and Marauders. Obviously, all of these forces do have the +1 armor and +1 weapons, so they're going to make a meal of any of the SCVs that try and sit around and not do anything at all. And of course, they're going to take out these 2 tanks as well. Great little attack there